friends. We're going to get started in just a second. I am running a tad bit behind, but we're going to make it happen. I appreciate you all coming in this here Monday. Happy Monday, friends. Get my stuff set up here. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to talk all things going live. We're going to talk about from nervous to paid, okay? So this is for my friends who are thinking like, "Oh my gosh, can I do this? Is this for me? I'm too nervous. I'm too scared. I'm too afraid." And at the end of the day, you are missing out being paid, okay? If I could rhyme, that would be what I would say, friends. I want you to get paid for your time and effort and make sure that you are connecting with your audience. So let me know if you have questions. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. I appreciate everybody who is joining, and then we will make sure we are building community. As you guys always know, I am co-streaming. Um, I am co-streaming. I always do that, and I'm gonna make sure I'm answering any questions. Okay, that's what it's all about, answering questions too. Thank you so much for being here. Let me go on my screen. We're gonna get started in a second. Um, and we're gonna get started in just a few seconds. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much for liking the live, commenting, and sharing the live. Feel free to continue to support the live. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all being here. We're gonna talk all things going live. I share with you all the ways that I go live. Hey, how you doing, Andy? Andy's life. Appreciate you joining the live. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for putting a comment in as well. I appreciate the support. Make sure you like the live, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so, friend. We are talking about growing this season. This is our growth season. Thank you so much, Jax. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the support, friends. We are going to go live. Let me know where you're from. Thank you so much for the hearts. Appreciate the support. So if you are just joining my live, go ahead and put like, press that like button. Also, subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you click the subscribe button so you know when I go live. I go live twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I live in Florida, so we're doing the 4 p.m. as we speak. So come on in. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you click that subscriber button. I appreciate all the support. Again, this is my go live, and we are talking all things about my nervous, my shy, my introverted people, my people who are looking to get paid. So I co-stream on TikTok, and I'm actually about to go over on the page. Kelsey, thank you so much. Hi. Everybody's saying hi this morning. I appreciate the comments too, because that helps the live. Thank you for the hearts as well. My moderator, her name is Yes Michelle Crochet. She may come join us shortly and be in the room to help support boosting out the live and getting you all support if you're interested in going on YouTube and becoming a live host. So she live host as well as content creation, primarily content creation. But I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best resources possible. So if you're new to my live, click like, click like, and then also click the subscribe button so I know you're here and you are willing to support the live. And then my friends who are interested in going live, we are going live with ease and confidence, friends. So come on in. We're going to talk all things going live. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much for being here as well. I'm going to get going real quick. We're going to get going on the live stream. Thank you all, everybody. Come on in. We are talking all things going live. Thank you so much for being here. This is my go live with ease and confidence. You know what? I meant to go look for the Jubilee one. Come on in. We're going to talk about going live. Appreciate you all supporting the live. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about that. If you are new to my live, feel free to go ahead and click the like button and subscribe. How you doing, Nika Grace? I looked down. I was like, Nika! Thank you so much for being here, friend. Hello, how are you? How you been? Now, are you still traveling, friend? How is your July going? I'm trying to reevaluate my July. My July is becoming a lot busier than I thought, but it's not bad things. It's just me now having to think about how I'm gonna fit it all in. And so try my best to fit it all in, and that's part of the thing about being in this space. I don't think people um, we underestimate what is all involved in this. So it is a thing. Yes, leaving Utah tomorrow and heading to Idaho for a few days before Oregon. Oh my gosh, you are all over the place. So is that all festival stuff? Let me know, friend. How are you? Geez, is that all car driving? I'm just thinking geographically. Idaho, Utah to Idaho to Oregon. Are we? Well, how many miles are you in? Is that like within a 3 to 5 hour radius of each other? Yeah, definitely be careful. Again, I'm Midwest, originally from the Midwest, and then I've been in Florida much of my life, about nearly as half my life now at this point. And so I don't know West Coast as much. We have a traveling trailer. Okay, a travel trailer. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, okay. So you are hitched. Is it hitched? Because you guys are going to mountains and stuff too, aren't you? Isn't that all mountainous? Some of those areas? Some of that terrain? Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm exaggerating what I'm picturing in my head. So I might need to pull it back a little bit. You're like, girl, it is not all that. But in my head, I'm like thinking you're hitching a wagon or trailer and you're going up in the mountains and stuff. And so you might not be. You very well may not be. But that's what I'm thinking. Thank you so much, all who are coming into the live. Thank you so much. We're going to get to chatting and talking. We're gonna talk about all things going live, and then I made this about nervous to paid. So I've been working on my titles a little bit just so that you guys know, because I want to make sure I'm capturing a new audience, a new fresh audience. You want to do that, and so it's important for you to understand how to make sure you're mixing things up so people stop the scroll. So thank you so much for being here. Yes, we are pulling it sometimes through mountains. Okay, see, I'm not exaggerating. In my head, my fantasies is not wrong. So in my mind, I was like, oh, that's a lot of mountains. But yes, sometimes through mountains as well. Wow, wow. Yeah, how you doing? Happy? How's everything going, friend? My mom lived in the West Coast, and I have a brother who lives there. Actually, he lives in Vegas. Miss Jessie is going to come in here and tell on me what you do. What you do? What did you do? Are you in trouble, friend? I'll let her tell you. You guys have been up to some shenanigans. I didn't get a chance. I was in a meeting, and then I didn't get a chance to do any engagement during my time, my break. I'm trying to increase that as well. She's excited to tell on me. Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. I love it. I love it. So, was she doing? Was it regular live or shop live? I'm curious now how she's picking up her shop pace. I don't remember her schedule. How you doing, Mama Leanne? Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Hello, Coach Peg. How are you? Dr. Peg. I don't know why I say Coach Peg. Dr. Peg, how are you? Thank you for that daily heart me, friend. How is everything going? Happy, happy, happy. How are you doing as well, friend? Shop. She's on again for shop on Wednesday. Okay. So Monday, Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think Friday's in there too. Got my name back. Did you get your name back? You said I got my name back. I see it, friend. Had to wait. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. When you mess up, well, it's not a mess up. It's not something you know not to do, to be honest with you, until you have to do it. So when you change your username, if you ever change your username, you actually need to change your nickname first, because you're stuck with that for 7 days, and that's the one you want. And then the username you can change afterwards. So the nickname should go first. Yeah, so but they don't tell you that in the I mean, there's no user manual, but no one ever tells you that until you do it, and then you're like, wait a minute. And so yeah, that happened to me, and I was like, well, I thought I can go back and change my nickname, but no, they don't let you change it. So just something you gotta kind of see your way through for 7 days. Gody, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. appreciate you all joining. And my username didn't change. It was strange. Oh, really? So you hadn't touched the username. You just went in and touched the nickname? And it didn't do it correctly? What happened? I'm curious now. Thank you so much, Coach Miss Jessie. What happened? Just fabulous. How you doing? Hello, Michelle. Leadership. I can't believe I'm an afternoon already. Yes, after you can't believe it's afternoon already. Yes. That's how life, I mean, literally time just goes by quickly. It's crazy. It's like before you know it, you're back here. You're back here. I said I was gonna. I may end up making some decisions about doing the 10 and the 4. We'll see. I'm still torn. At the end of the day, I don't I don't disagree with making adjustments when needed, and I need to find some time because I'm trying to do a lot of things, and I need to find a little bit more time. I'm trying to change username, and it changed nickname without actually changing username. Oh, really? Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know what to tell you, Fred. I would say change your. Did so? Are you back to where you want to be? Is this what you want to be? Is the username correct? I think I was about to say, ooh, when you go to change that username, it's gonna mess up your nickname again, possibly. Maybe if you do it within the 7 days before, maybe it won't mess with it. Hello, friends. How are you doing? Thank you all for coming into the live. I so appreciate all my friends coming in. Cody, thank you for sharing the live. Friends, if you don't mind sharing the live, pressing down on my nose, my glasses, my face, in the middle of the screen, pressing down, we will get some more of our friends in the room. I have to do a better job about sharing my live out. Um, I'm going to do that now. I want to make sure I am answering questions as well. So let me know if you have questions. I just sent a whole lot of shares. I might have missed some questions, so I apologize if I missed anything. Let's see. Ooh, sorry. Um, Thank you so much, Coach Miss Jessie. How was your live? I was just trying to brand everything consistently, but it didn't work. Oh, so you do need to go back and fix it then. Yeah, that was my journey as well. I wanted to make sure it was consistent across my platforms. The TikTok username was different, and then my YouTube and my Instagram are that matching. So now everything is all the same. Launch Your Income is my username on all three platforms. My nickname, my name that you see is Dr. Lisa Launch Your Income on all three platforms. So for me, that was kind of what I was trying to achieve, and it worked out perfectly. Hello, Bello Wello. How are you, friend? Come on in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for all that you are doing. And so, friends, we're gonna get to chatting a little bit. I'm gonna do. I'm here to tell on somebody. She already gave me a little heads up. Hello, how you doing? So in Doto, thank you. Let me know if I said that right, friend. I'll be trying. Who are you here to tell on? Nika Grace, maybe. What happened? What happened? She didn't tell me what happened. Now I'll say that she said she was gonna let you tell it. Okay, as long as it's not me. I know she ain't telling on you. She telling on Nika. Do you have one email for each platform? Um, One email for each platform. One email for each platform. To answer that question, are you talking about the other platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or are you talking about my other accounts? I'm trying to answer your question. I think if you're talking about other platforms, it's the same email as this one. The emails are all the same. If you're talking about within TikTok, my other pages, there's different emails there because you got to have different accounts to start. I don't know what your yes was for. You know what? That's my bad because I do that all the time. And I'm like, I say three, four things, and I don't know what y'all be answering to. I apologize for that, but I think I answered the question. But let me know if I didn't, friend. I think I answered. So the same email if you're talking about IG, YT, and TT. But if you're talking about within TikTok, then I have three different emails I use. So that's the question. So she had me doing the butterfly dance for 2 hours. What is the butterfly dance? What? What does that mean? Hello, Bella Bella. Appreciate you. You said yes. What does that mean? How does one do something for 2 hours? What do you mean? I fell out. I have 5011 emails, so I need to create a new email for TikTok Shop. Yes. So you have 3 accounts on TikTok. I do. I do. I have this account. I have the TikTok Shop account, and then I have my miscellaneous account. And the miscellaneous account is used to be a moderator for my TikTok Shop account primarily, and to do research if I need to look some stuff up. So that's what that account is for. But yes, I do. Yep, 3 accounts. And so the miscellaneous one, I don't even post over there. I don't do much. It doesn't have a lot of followers either. I could choose to engage a little bit more over there, but I ain't got time, y'all. I don't have time. So I'm trying to make sure I am doing all the things, but no, I don't have time to do a full engagement on the third account. So really, it's the 2 accounts that I'm trying to make sure I keep up to date with and up to speed with my engagement. Thank you so much, Fran. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Appreciate all the support. Yes. So it says she kept telling me as soon as we get in there, I'm telling Dr. Lisa. Watch your account, laugh out loud. Yes, that's what that is. We call it research. It's the research account. That's what it is. It's the research account. That's what I have. I would like to go live on Wednesday. Are you saying this Wednesday, friend? Let me know. Are you talking about this Wednesday? Because that's important. I appreciate you. I had this great idea for a dance for the butterfly gift, and she kept gifting it. Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, wow, wow. So she kept sending a gift and you had to dance. You know what? It's funny. Y'all know I'll say thank you. I appreciate you and I'll do maybe a quick little something. I don't do much. But I do know people who do that all the time. When they get a gift, they do something. And so your butterfly, you got to dance to go with the butterfly gift. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Well, I need to come see your butterfly dance, then, don't I? I need to see what your dance is. So, my friend, you're going live on Wednesday. What's your topic? Just click the go live button. You are going live, so just do the go live on Wednesday. How you doing, Mr. Arlene? Appreciate you, friend, coming on in here. The dance is hilarious. It's not like back in the day, like Patra when she would do her butterfly. It's not like that. What's the butterfly dance? She was doing the most. I know she was. I know she was doing the most. I think there was a dance back in the day, like the. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing that butterfly, but I don't think she. I don't know. Were you trying to do that one? Now, Coach Miss Jessie is stylish. Her live is just fabulous. Is she will have you. She'll be moving and grooving with her music playing. And my friend has a cane, so she is all over the floor with her cane, and so she is doing everything. So I'm sure she was doing the most. I miss being resourced, so I can gift losing my home. Oh, lose my home in retirement, caring for my mom, dementia. Her yes, yeah. That life is life, and for a lot of people, I would like the topic. Let's speak German. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it is definitely a thing for a lot of people, friend. Thanks for supporting my live, Dr. Lisa. You're welcome. You're welcome, friend. I appreciate you. Um, Miss Charlene, wait a minute. I was scrolling, but I don't know if I stopped. Did I stop? Do I have an imposter again? Let me see. I don't know if I stopped by. I don't think I was that me. I don't think that was me. What time was this? What time were you live? Oh no, I don't think that was me for real. Cause I was literally in a meeting for an hour and a half. My husband called me downstairs. We were doing some chatting. I don't know if that was me, friend. I'm gonna have to check for my imposters. They might be back. No, not at all. It ain't the butterfly. It's the Tootsie Roll. It's the Tootsie Roll. It ain't the butterfly. It's the Tootsie Roll. Are you doing the song? That's funny. It was like the chicken dance, but also saying, hey, hey, hey. I would like to top it. So speaking German. Let me know if my Miss Darlene. I don't think that was me for real, and I didn't. When I so here's what happened. My call. I was on my phone a lot on my TikTok because the client needed me to look at her page. So I did scroll. I don't think I stopped though. So maybe TikTok had my name show up for a second, but I didn't stop. I was scrolling because I was trying to get to her her account. That was the time I was on my phone. So I don't think I was on your live, but that might have been TikTok, or it could have been an imposter. I check for them every week. New ones pop up as soon as I get rid of them. Really, I need to check mine. I haven't checked in a while, but people, I've been in the shadows for a minute, but I was out of the shadows quite a bit for Community Fest. So I might have some more that popped up. Now that I think about it, I went live about 10:30. It wasn't you. Yeah, I don't think that was me. No, no. I would have. Yeah, you said I saw your name. I don't think that was me, friend. I don't know. That might have been. That might have been the imposters. TikTok gave us a flash goal. What is it giving us? Let's see. These imposters, they do the most, y'all. The imposters are doing the most. So yeah, Community Fest. I need to check now that you said that. I really do need to check because Community Fest had me with a lot more exposure than what I've had, and so yeah. So who knows what was happening, and so it could be some imposters out there. What do you suggest when you feel like your room is just blah? When you what's the blah? Is the blah like not people being present or no engagement? What do you mean? Do you have people in the room but no engagement? Or do you have no people in the room and you're like, where the people at? So that's, I guess the question is, where the people at, or you need the people to engage. Reading chat on a tiny phone is hard. I need to go get an iPad. You know what, the iPad for me was weird. I have to be honest with you. I I I thought it was a good idea, but the execution was horrible. Well, I sent you the video where I was where you was what? You was laughing. You was talking. People and no engagement. People and no engagement. So both of them. So, what I would tell you. I don't know how much do you talk about the importance of engagement. You might have to give kind of a quick rundown on some of the things they need to do. That's why I will point to how many people in the room at times, just so that people will understand how that engagement factors in to your growth strategy. I think there's something to be said about people not knowing that their engagement matters. We did a little bit more of a talk the other day, especially with Community Fest, because I was kind of trying to do it intentionally with Community Fest because you had so many different people in the room and the exposure was there. So you kind of want people to understand that their engagement matters. So I was doing a little bit more stressing of that. Hey, Shay Shay, how are you? Thank you, friend. My people engage who are there. Yes. Yes. So if you notice that you don't have a lot of blue boxes, my blue box people, Shay Shay, you got that port 24 going on, friend. Thank you so much for that. Um, so if you have a lot of people who are blue box people and not engaging, then that's telling too, because it's like, okay, you guys should understand. But I will say this, let me take that back. There's a lot of blue box people that don't even know how they got the blue box. They didn't even know they had a blue box. Like that's how like they're not up to speed with what does it mean to engage and continue to grow in your engagement. Um, and so you might have to spend some time there. I would also say the liking, the tap, liking the live, and commenting. If you can get questions where people are answering questions in the comments, that's going to be key. Ask the question obviously, where are people from? Here's a topic. Let me know one or two if this is your situation. Little things like that, just to get people to comment a little bit. And you can just maybe even ask the question. Sometimes it's intentional, but you can say, "Hey, is the chat working?" I've seen people do that, and I've done it before. Like maybe my chat's not working, and that's happened to somebody where they had the subscriber only feature turned on, the subscriber only chat feature, and she was not getting engagement. I told you guys the story, and it turned out that she had the chat feature on. She met with me doing a one on one, and she's like, Dr. Lisa, I have one person subscribed to me, and I was like, felt better. We were able to have a great conversation. Well, it turned out that that person had to subscribe in order to talk. And so I told her to go straight to her live, and we went on the live, and I was like, yeah, I can't chat with you because you got the chat on. So it was good that we were on Zoom, so I was able to tell her right then and there. But just know that some of that stuff you could do also as a strategy. Thank you so much. I see you all. Let me catch up on a few comments, friend. Explain the blue box. Okay, let me explain the blue box. My people who log into um, the room to be a number, tell them they might be doing at work. That's true. Yeah, there are people who are just on and listening, and they can't truly engage. That's fair. Depending on your topic, I can see that. I forgot to turn on my mic this morning. That's funny. Yeah, depending on how people are engaged. And thank you all for coming in. Well, well, I sent you the video. You'll see where I was at. No, no, it wasn't you. You know what? It could have been me. I will say this: TikTok will track you if you're scrolling too. I've had people, and this is how I know it to be true, because I've had people who have whose name will show up in my live like in a little black box, like send an invite or send co-host or something. It says that gives you the impression that they're on the other side. And they could have been just scrolling past, or they could have stopped and listened. But I've asked before, and it was like, yeah, I'm scrolling. So I know that to be true. And then my daughter's done it before, and so I was like, oh, okay, that's what that means. So that could have been what happened. That you saw that I was activated, but I didn't stop. I know that because I was going to my page, to my search bar, so I can look up the person's account. Hey, Dr. Lisa, appreciate your friend. Hold on one second. I got a call that came in. Sorry about that. I'm gonna flash goal. I need 9 from 9 different people. I need 4 for the total of 9. That's it. 4 different people. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, now 3 different people. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate y'all. All the sent the community fest. I appreciate you all. And thank you so much for coming in, D. Rob. Appreciate you, friend. How you doing, Kim Love Jones? Thank you so much. Good evening, friend. Thank you so much, all that are coming into the room. I was wondering why it says invite them. Yes, I think they're out there. Hi, bonjour. How you doing, Claire? Appreciate you coming in. Still didn't know what the topic was because all she was saying was tap, share, and gift and why. Oh, what you mean, Nika Grace? What? Who was that? What topic? What? I might have missed it. Hold on one second. I'm going to click and see what comments I might have missed from you. Um, is it like the chick? Oh, who were you talking about, Nika Grace? Who were you referring to? Yeah, I didn't. Whatever you said before that must have gotten filtered because it's not showing up in the comments. Um, so yes, all that are coming in. Thank you so much. It's interesting who talks in chat and who doesn't, even in other rooms. Yes, yes. One per person. Yes, one per person. Yes, one per person, friends. Thank you so much, Adam. We achieved it. Thank you so much, all who came in. I appreciate it. In another room, some rooms are engagement rooms. Yes. So they the chatting, the talking, all the things, the gifting, all those things happen. So people are trying to get seen and heard. And so that is not a bad strategy if you're trying to get more followers and engagement. And then from a live host perspective, that's not bad either because your chat is activated, and so people are constantly communicating in the chat. Why do comments get filtered? You know what? It depends on if there's a couple reasons. Some words TikTok just has like maybe as trigger words, and then there's words that will get filtered because they're words that have been previously muted or blocked. And so sometimes you need to go in and check and see what words that may be blocked words, and somebody might have said that word innocent in an innocent way, but because it's a blocked word, like for example, I'll use example fun, and you're like, well, why is fun banned? Because somebody or blocked because somebody put something inappropriate and used the word fun, and then TikTok blocked it. So you got to go back and unblock the word fun. You know what I'm saying? Something like that could be a blocked word, and you're saying it in an innocent way now, but it's already been blocked because of some troll. Sometimes you need numbers to get things unlocked. Then you get this. You can decide if they are supporters. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Oh yes, it's filtering words like God bless you. So potentially, yeah, you can. And so those are words that you can unfilter. Yes, but your God bless me didn't get filtered. Yours didn't get filtered. So yes, I see it pretty clearly. Our chats get muted a lot because I talk about nervous system and trauma. Okay, yeah, you definitely put on your content disclosure as well as your audience control. You said I see. Yes, I see it, friend. Um, Blue box, really quickly for you, Sarah. Here's the deal when it comes to blue box. Recognizing that um, the blue box itself is how TikTok will essentially let you know people who are high engagers. Okay, so as your engagement grows, um, TikTok gives you a blue box to represent the number of engagement, the level you're at. You get a blue box because of gifting primarily, but also your engagement comes from comments and likes that you're doing when you're tapping the screen. So if you're in the live, let's make sure we are liking the live, and then we'll get to making sure we're commenting as well. But because of that engagement, TikTok is saying, okay, I see you. Let's make sure that you're getting points for that engagement. So TikTok gives you 3 points for every 10 minutes for liking the live. It gives you 3 points every 10 minutes for your comments as well. So, and then yesterday I shared this, and I don't know who in the room saw this, but I shared, can we tap to 10K? Yes, 10K, 10K, friend. Let's get to tapping. But I shared this little nugget. I'm going to share it again because I think people often miss. You can see how your followers. Let me go back. Okay, let me finish the blue box real quick. So, blue box, really quickly. If you put in a word like hi or hello, if you click your photo after you put in a word, your image will show up with that word. You click your photo, click your level. If you are level 19 or whatever level you are, level 22, click the level, and the level, a blue screen pops up essentially, and it tells you what level of engagement you have. If you're level 0, it essentially tells you what you need to do. So it's the number of points that you've already gotten. That's the first set of numbers. There's a forward slash symbol, tells you the number of points you need to get to that next level. And then underneath there's your experience points. So I tell people to know their level. When you comment out live, you pay attention to that. How you doing? Yes. So moments would be click your photo next, and now look at your level 6. And then a blue screen's going to pop up. It'll show you your level 6. Hello, Sarah. Thank you so much. It's going to show you your level 6. Good afternoon, everyone. And then it tells you how many points you've collected. Forward slash symbol tells you how many points you need to get to level 7. And then underneath there, I tell people that's the difference between what you got and what you need. And then those are your engagement slash experience points. And so essentially, as you are growing, TikTok, I tease and say this all the time, but TikTok is monitoring you. It is telling on you. Okay. So if you are somebody without a blue box or without the daily heart me, the heart plus that's up here next to my name, that is a symbol that is next to people's names who have done that. And then you see the sub sticker, those are people who are subscribers. Wow, thanks for just that I just learned. You just learned it. You're like, I did not know. So, Sarah, that was the whole point too. Thank you so much for that moment, because that was the whole point with Sarah. Because I said sometimes people got blue boxes don't even realize where they came from. So that happens all the time. Whenever I do that, there's somebody who's like, wait a minute, I didn't know that was there. So yes, how's everyone doing today? We are doing well, Sarah. Appreciate you coming back, friend. Thank you for being here. So yeah, so that blue box is really your way of knowing how much of an engager you are. And then I'm going to tell you, is your way of knowing how engagement is flowing in your room. So if you got a lot of people in your room that don't have blue boxes, I will tell you first and foremost, you need to take a moment, take a moment and just educate people on the blue box. And I would encourage you, like, if there's one or two people in the room that has a blue box, then maybe even call them out We're gonna do the title gifter for this one. How's everybody's day going so far? Well, Sarah, I think yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you. Is it Sarah? It is Sarah, isn't it? Did I say that right? Let me know. I don't know if Nika was trying to put it in there phonetically for me. I might be saying it wrong. Am I saying it wrong? I'm known to say stuff wrong, friend. I apologize if I did. Appreciate you all being here. Um, so yes, you said no. I didn't say it wrong. Okay, okay, we're gonna go with that. I got excited. I was like, oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. Glasses woman. No, she said I didn't say it wrong. I think I got it right. Hope all is well. We are watching each other's back. I know, I know. It. I don't even think it's the glasses. It's me, my brain. I look at stuff and I think I'm saying it phonetically correctly, but sometimes I'm not. Yes, you are saying it wrong. Oh shoot. So what is it? Soraya? Is that it? Soraya? Am I saying that? Is that correctly? Soraya? Is that the phonetic way of saying it? Soraya. Y'all are a mess. Yes. Thank you so much. Y'all are a mess. There you go. You said you got it. It's okay. You try. That's what counts. Yes, that's true. Thank you so much, friend. Like I said, glasses. How are we a mess? How are we? How are y'all a mess, huh? Y'all. You know what? Y'all should just ignore some of my my antics. Like I said, set a new goal. Appreciate you all, friend. Oh, thank you so much. Did you become the title gifter? That's what I was trying to do. You know, sometimes in the gift, especially early in the week when it's Monday, let me say that strategically, so that you guys can see that when you and I say this for all my live hosts who are going live early in the week, you want to set a goal that is part of one of your gift galleries, especially early in the week. Now, late in the week, you'll see how things go, but at least set some of those earlier gift gallery goals so that TikTok hopefully will support you late in the week. TikTok is a little messy right now, so we don't know. We don't know. I don't know. I just give that as a strategy. Thank you so much, Kim Love Jones. Words names can be hard, yeah, especially on the screen. Got to go. Thank you so much, friend. How you doing, Royal Blessing? Appreciate your friends coming in. When you keep saying it, I let the first time go. You said, you know, I understand. I understand. I have my daughter is Alina, and people mainly call her Alana because she has the E instead of the I, so she gets it all the time as well. Some days I get frustrated with TikTok. Yeah, it's yes, it is frustrating. And I was sharing. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. I was sharing. When it comes to trying to do all the things, your engagement, your content creation, going live as a live host. For me, shoppable lives too. It is one of those things where I'm trying to figure out how do I balance and manage my time. I just added, and I'll talk about this in a second. I just added my coaching in my schedule, and I was kind of reluctant to be honest with you. You guys noticed I hadn't done it in a while, and I hadn't done it for. I think there was a couple reasons I hadn't done it because to me the consultations were fine. Although what I've learned is that people need more extensive support, and so I get that. I get it. However, with giving more time, it keeps me away from doing all the other things I need to do for my strategies as well. So I was trying to balance that. So you guys will see where I added just a to me it's kind of a soft launch. I just added a limited number that I'll be able to support because I want to make sure people are feeling the support and I want to make sure I can manage my time and capacity to give all that to people. Well, you keep saying it. I was going back to comments. Yes, that's about the name. Um, I'm still not going live. You still not going live? Why not? Why not. Bye. I have to go. Okay, friend. Keep us posted on when you go live. Go live on Wednesday. Good luck. I started talking about my 3 books more in my lives too. That's good. That's good. Yeah, definitely start talking about any type of product or service that you have. You got to talk about it and promote it. So you got to make sure that you are making that top of mind for the conversation so that people who are interested and want to get your solution, as whether that's your book, whether that's your consultations, whether that's your coaching, whatever it is, you got to make sure you're promoting your services. So for that reason, that's important. Um, but just making sure that you have capacity to do it all. And I think that's where I was going with that. My capacity is now becoming one of those things where I want to be intentional about supporting people. Like the person I met with today, we had a nice conversation, a nice long conversation, and really is speaks volume in terms of how much of a learning curve is in this space. There's a huge learning curve, and it's not. Thank you so much, Kim Love Jones. I appreciate you, friend. It's not that anybody can't do it, but I think oftentimes we miss we don't realize how much we have to know and learn to do before you know you press that go live button. You know what I'm saying? So just recognizing that that is a huge learning curve that's involved in this. And so hold on one second. Let me reset my goal. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you all. Um, and let's see. Let's see. Let's do. I don't know what it was. Okay. As we develop our capacity, it makes it easier to work things in during our lives. Yes, yes, yes. And let me say this: as you develop your capacity, too, as you do this more often. When I say practice makes progress, you get more proficient. Okay, and efficient, both of them. And so as you're doing it, then you find time because you're able to streamline. You're able to do things a lot quicker. And so for that, that's what I was kind of sharing with my appointment today. She was like, "Well, how do I do all this?" And everything is so time consuming. This is a full time job, and I was like, "Yeah, it could be." But at the same time, you realize over time you create shortcuts. You create content days. You create days where you're just doing different parts of your live process, and so you create efficiencies essentially, and so you become faster and able to do it all. So that's a big piece of it. What you're asking me? What about the agency? Tier. I'm trying to wait. I haven't gotten a response. So no news is good news. So no is I didn't get a no. I just haven't heard anything, and I've sent now 4 emails, and there's a webinar that I did sign up for this Wednesday. So I'm going to go to that and I'm going to use the chat to ask very directly. Like, hey, I haven't heard back. I submitted officially on June 19th. So now we're at July 7th. I know the holiday fell into that. I know they told me it takes at least 2 weeks. So now I'm in like week, when you think about business days, I'm in like week two and a half, I think, if I was to do the math correctly. And so, yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. So I guess no news is good news, is not no. That's the way I would say it. And so, yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted, Kim. I appreciate you all asking. You guys are great. And again, when I was talking about the whole timing of things, I'm trying to make space for that too. I don't want to take on too much where I can't make space for that too. So that was kind of my thinking too. Yeah, like now I have to increase live time, and all my lives are scheduled ahead of time. That's good. Oh my God, are we married? Are you married, gorgeous? Thank you, shipman. I am. Where's my ring? Lord, I ain't got my ring on. I am married. You're so sweet, but no, I'm married, friend. Thank you so much. Can you talk about some strategies for that? Strategies for, tell me what that was. I said so much, friend. Tell me what strategies did you need? I'm beating back other agents because I want to be part of your agency. Hmm. That makes me sad. I know a few of you guys who have said that and expressed that, and I don't want you guys to miss out on your opportunity and blessings either. So if it's meant to be, it will be. Let's do this. Give me to Friday. He said I'll wait. If you want to give me to Friday, maybe I'll know something by Friday if I've gotten people to nudge and respond. I have an application, so it's actually interesting. When I go to the application, Actually, I need to look because I did not look today. I've been stalking so much. Um, Let me look at it while I'm sitting here. Um, when I go to the application, it has this little prompt that says, "Do you want to cancel?" Um, I'll actually show you guys so you guys know exactly what I'm looking at. So this is the backstage. So I'm in this little platform review phase, and it says submitted, and as you can tell, no lies being told. Can you see it? The 19th of June at 1:45. That's a.m. actually, because I was in the middle of the night. I made sure I submitted it on that day, and it's still in that waiting phase. So I just haven't heard anything back from it. So, and that's where I go to look at it. So I don't know. So we'll see. So we'll see. I wish we had a mute for men in our lives. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Planning things out, days to post, film, etc. Yes, yes. I'm into. You said you're into. Is that waiting period between agencies? Say that again. Is that waiting period between agencies? You know, I don't. I'm taking your question as if I quit GQ and now I'm in a waiting period. I am in a 60-day waiting period. I don't know if that has an impact. I don't think it does. I think it's totally different. So I don't think it does. But I haven't even gotten that answer. I haven't gotten no response. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So it could be that could be a factor, but nobody's told me that. Now my 60-day wait period, because I had to wait 60 days, ends August 1st. So we July 7th. So who knows, before the month is over, I might be able to go to any agency by then. So we'll see. We'll see. I thought it did have an impact. You think so? Well, no one's even told me that. So I think I would have appreciated hearing that. Somebody told me it didn't. So let me say to somebody. I went to the U.S. Informationals, and then I went to the webinars rather, and then I went to Canada, not Canada's, the UK's, and the UK, actually, to be honest with you, the UK was a lot better because they literally let you come off the on the camera, talk and everything. The US, they don't know why, but the UK they did. So he was really thorough in answering questions, and I actually did ask that question. He was like, it shouldn't have an impact. So that's what he said, but that was the UK. So I don't know if that means anything. So I don't know, y'all. So we're you guys are these are all the things that I've had in my head, and I tell my husband, and he's like, "Hey, just be patient," and I'm being patient. So we'll see. Um, yeah, we'll see what's going on, friends. I'm going to Agency Live, who is an Emmy award winning producer. I'll ask her. Oh, please do come back and tell me. Please tell me. I thought I had an impact. So yeah, definitely let me know, friend. I appreciate you. Let me know. Nika Grace, you asked the question about scheduling content and stuff like that, planning things out, days to post, film, etc. Here's what I will tell you. There's a couple different strategies, and I have to do. And what I'm doing is I'm playing around with a couple things, especially when it comes to shop. So I'm trying to be a little bit more efficient with my posting. So I'm getting to the point where I'm posting on average almost twice a day. So we'll see. It's definitely once a day, but I'm trying to get it to the point where it's like something in the morning, something in the afternoon. And again, when you think about, thank you so much. Oh, Mika, were you out for a second? You had to pop in, pop out. When you think about scheduling yourself, people talk about batch content. And so, what I found to be an efficient process for me is that I have started doing some times that I have down. Thank you all because of Nika. I think I will create a quick startup strategy for live hosts. Okay. That sounds like it's good. Yeah, just for a second, my internet was glitching. Gotcha. Okay. So, what I will say is that one thing I've done, especially from a shop perspective, is that I have been taking quick 4 or 5 second video clips of my products. And I'm taking pictures where I'm like holding the product. You don't see my face, but imagine if, I don't know, I got the lip gloss is sitting over here. So imagine if I wasn't in the camera, but I have it here or I have it on the table, and I'll do some footage that way. I've done like oh, I'm dropping stuff. I've done video clips like that. And so with TikTok, and this is kind of what I've been doing. It's like, almost like a cheat code. So we'll see how frequently I do this. B-roll in the sense of, yes, true B-roll. Yes, it is B-roll footage, but it's a little bit more staged. So when I think about B-roll, yes, it is B-roll. But when I think about B-roll, I'm thinking about camera just rolling. But no, these are like smaller clips. Like I'm doing at most 6 seconds. Maybe I'll let it get to like 10 or 12 seconds, depending on what I'm showing. And I'll have the products, because I like to always put my hand in it a little bit, so that at least one or two clips have my hand showing. So I might turn the product around and show different angles of it. So you might see where I'm showing it and I'm doing that type of stuff. So it's video footage like that, and different angles of the footage. So then when I get ready to post, so I have maybe about 7 or 8 different clips that I've done like that. And so it's just sitting in my camera roll. So, and let me say that it's probably even more than that. It's probably somewhere around 12 different clips of of the same product. So with this lip gloss, let me show you this, for example. This is a trio set. It comes as a set. So I might do this, take this one, and then I might unscrew it, and then I'm gonna show it like that. So that's an image. You guys, the effects keep popping up. So I might show that, or then I might show one where I'm holding it like this. And so I'm doing different angles of it. Here's why. So when it's in my camera roll and I go to click videos, I will pick up maybe about 4 or 5 of those, maybe 6 or 7 of those different clips. And I'll let TikTok do a 15-second video. What's the word am I looking for? Video montage. Essentially, that's what it's doing. It's doing its own content for me, because those clips, it actually ends up doing short too. So what I said, it was like 5 to 7 second clips. TikTok will shrink it down further for you to like 2 second clips to fit it into that 15 seconds. And so it's doing clips for me already. It created the video for me essentially. And so then I go in and I may make a one maybe the intro clip a little longer, maybe the exit clip a little longer. Maybe I'll do some zoom in, zoom out of a few of the images so that it looks unique. Thank you all who are coming in. I appreciate you all joining the live. Hello, FYP brought me here. How you doing, Bentley? Appreciate you. Marnika, thank you so much. Appreciate the community fest gift. Appreciate you all. Come on in. You said, what's my age? What your age is? Oh, 25. Let me know. Don't. Let's be real, friend. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you. I look older. You're supposed to say I look 25. He's like, oh, okay. You look older than 25. Yes, you do. Okay, don't be a troll. Let me get back to my comments. Okay, so here's what I said. All right, friend. So when you do that, TikTok creates videos for you. So it'll create the little video for you. Actually, it'll even put the sound on for you. For for the shoppable videos, you have to change the sound though, because you got to use the commercial content. I'm 42. Okay, got you. Okay, mad you said her name wrong. Marquetta, is that it? Marquita, What I say? Did I say it wrong, friend? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you so much. You said I was born in '83. So yeah, we're the same age. No, we not. No, we not. I appreciate you all being here. My name said you did. Marquita is my name. Yes, you did. Thank you so much, friend. And you look beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for sharing your strategies with us. You are so welcome, friend. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Um, no, I wasn't born in '73. Now actually I am younger than that, friend. Now we ain't gonna go there. All right, so let me get back to my strategies. So when you how you doing, Tricia? So when you add, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa. You look great. Thank you. I know. I know I do. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the compliments. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. Um, I appreciate your friend. Thank you so much. We're gonna we gonna we getting distracted. We're gonna just have to end the conversation with our friend. I think they wanted to be an engager, but they were going about it the wrong way. Let's go ahead and finish this conversation because I want you guys to get this particular strategy. So because of my shop, now let me say this: I've done it also with my other with this page content. This page content, my content's actually a little different. So I'll tell that strategy too. It's no, I don't gatekeep y'all. So I'll tell y'all what I do. But when it comes to my shop videos, if you notice my last couple shop videos, you can go to my Dr. Lisa Shops page. I've been doing this probably the last 4 or 5 videos I've done this for, maybe even more. And so what I'm doing is taking clips and I'm having those essentially B-roll. And I will acknowledge that it is considered B-roll, but it's not just your roll camera type B-roll. It's a little bit more strategic than that, where I'm trying to get a little bit more product placement. I'm showing the products. I'm trying to do some images where when it does that montage of different clips, is able to pull that stuff in there. And then if I did do it longer, so for example, when I showed the example of me opening this and pulling it out, well, if TikTok just made it a 2 second clip, they may not have gotten that whole extension. So then what I will do is take that video and extend it, that little portion, and slice it in half. Do a slice. So I'm able to add now another clip of that piece. I love the lawless lips. I know I got the lawless lips on right now. And so um and because of that, I will then have that clip too as an additional clip that I can use. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And so you said it's so good. It is. And so, what's your live stream schedule like? Is it this the usual topic? Is this the usual topic, Bentley? You know what, Bentley? It varies. Actually, it does vary. It just depends on the type of questions I get. A lot of my live stream is based on ask me anything. We talk about a lot of to go live. That's what my coaching is focused on, helping you go live, helping you not be nervous. So we talk about this topic is from nervous to paid, essentially, because there's a lot of nervous people that will not hit the go live button. They're shy, they're introverted, and that was me. And so I tell people all the time, your audience is a reflection of you. And so as you're talking, people are resonating with your message because of you. And so, and they see themselves or they like your energy or like your style or how you communicate. And so, but a lot of that resonates with them. So they often will come in because of the way you're engaging the room and what your topic is all about. So just know that that's a part of it. Hello, thank you so much, Nika. Nika is my pseudo moderator. The room has not been rooming like that, so she hasn't not had to been officially anointed as a not moderator. But thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. So yes, so the topics may vary, but the questions like this is where I can kind of go a little deeper and answer people's questions surrounding, whether it's the live strategy or in this case, the question came up surrounding content strategy. And so that's something I'm kind of playing around with so I can produce a lot more content than what I was doing before. Now, here's where the efficiency piece comes into play. So I have those video clips. And so if you guys noticed, what was happening, I'll have you go if you want to go back and look at my page. Interesting way to get them up and and add them. Yes, friend. Thank you so much, pretend moderator. You're a pretend moderator. You're a moderator in training. That's what's happening right now. You're in training. It's gonna happen for you, friend. Thank you so much. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Oh, TikTok is giving me a puzzle piece. All right, TikTok. There we go. Yes. So yes. So with this particular, not the Lawless brand, but with the air fryer, you'll notice I put 3 videos out. I was able to do those 3 videos pretty quickly. I think it was like I think I got all 3 videos out within a 48-hour period. Now, again, I got to find times, my gaps and time and stuff, but it was really within a 48-hour period. It's because First of all, I was practicing the air fryer just to know what was there. And so as I was practicing, obviously I was taking pictures and clips and stuff, video rather, of the different dishes I had done. I had done something with some fish. I had done something with some chicken nuggets. I had done something with some chicken thighs. And I was doing the video footage of quick clips of them. So I had a nice amount in my camera roll. Well, the chicken, I don't know if I told you guys, the chicken didn't come out the way I really wanted it to. And so when I did the chicken, the video you'll see where, and it was a Dr. Lisa problem. It wasn't an air fryer. I'm gonna say that it was me. It was a user error. Well, with the chicken, I did footage of it, and I was like, you know what? I can't show the end result. I want to show the chicken where it was a little extra crispy. So I end up, I end up not showing that part, but I had all the other footage. So I just sat there. I was sitting on the sofa, and I was like, okay, let me just put all these. Let me do a quick little montage of some of the other video clips I had done from earlier, and I just wove all that in. And so that's what you see with the chicken. And I showed it, there's some images you see where I'm looking at the chicken from while it was still cooking. But yeah, so y'all laughing at me with my burnt chicken. He said, that's my issue, Dr. Lisa, finding time to do content. Oh my, I know. And then there's KFC on like exactly like voila, here's the KFC. I did not do that. That was not. So you guys never really saw the final chicken. You saw the chicken in the oven cooking, and then you just saw the air fryer at the end. So we're here to listen, not judge. That's it. Exactly. So, but my point of saying that is that I had all that camera footage. And then I did have the footage of the air fryer by itself. And I was able to use those different clips to come up with videos. And so the montage that TikTok creates for you, I was able to use that. One thing that came up, and boom, the distraction will be the end result in overcooking. Exactly. Y'all don't even see that. Y'all listening to the voiceover. You bus driver. What does that mean? um, you're listening to the voiceover, and then you're looking at the images, and they're clipping in so quickly. You're like, oh, okay, look at her. She didn't cook this chicken. She did good. So you don't even miss that you didn't see the chicken at the end. You just saw the chicken through the screen. So that's what it's all about. So the clips are helpful. And then what I end up doing is voiceovers. Now I will say this: the voiceovers takes a girl a little bit of time, but um, because I have. So here's another little secret. Right, the point is to get it out there. Exactly, exactly. Because here's my secret. Now here's with the voiceovers. So what I do is I have my tablet in my phone. Okay. So on my phone, I log into, and so this is all for TikTok Shop. So we're gonna stick with TikTok Shop strategy. So um, let's stay focused, friend. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for the comments. And so with let's use this lip gloss for example. So if I'm talking about the lip gloss, I can go in TikTok Shop, and you can click where you can get a virtual assistant, and they'll write a script for you. Hello, how you doing? Spilling the ain't tea. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much, all who coming in the room. Appreciate you all for the follows and the likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me know if you are new in the room and you have not been here. Say I'm new and I'm asking, and just feel free to ask questions. We'll continue to talk and chat it up. So when I am in the shop page, the virtual assistant, I will have my tablet have the video where I'm in the edit mode for the video. I'm new. How you doing, friend? Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining. You're one of my introverts. I appreciate your friend coming in. Belkis, thank you for the phonetic saying of your name, friend. I was gonna be a little intimidated for a second. I was like, Belkis. Okay, love it, beautiful. Um, and he said thank you. So, what I will do is use that to do my voiceover. So I'm reading the script. So I'm have the script on my phone here. I have the edit here, and I hit the edit, and I just say the voiceover, the clips for it, and I'll mix it up a little bit because you can rerun the script, so you get different words you can use and different things you can say. So I will rerun it, make it a longer type of a script. So you can do that all in within TikTok for the products. So I use the descriptions there, and then I ask it for hashtags and stuff. So I spend a little bit of time with the voiceover because sometimes I stumble over the words, y'all, and it doesn't sound as smooth as the end result. So I have to kind of fix it and stuff. But typically that takes it. I've gotten better with it, gotten a lot better with it actually. I'm new, feeling right at home, already laugh out loud. It took my shoes off. Did you really, Bentley? Thank you so much, friend. So yes, so with that being said, that is a trick that I'm using to try to crank out a little bit more videos. So I did a video today. I before going live, I didn't get a chance to post it. So once I get off the live, I'll post it because I had to finish like the little hashtags and I had to finish like some other things. And then before I know it, it was like 4 o'clock, and I was like, okay, let me pause. I'll just pause this and go back to it. Um, I'm sorry, I'm late. Where do I find help with the scripts? Look at you. You are fine, Coach Rhonda. How you doing, friend? Um, so I was explaining my shop video strategy. Now, I'm no expert. I'm just telling you how I'm trying to find time to fit it all in. So that's where this conversation came from. Finding time to fit it all in. And what I know to be true is that you got to make sure you're posting the content. You got to make sure you're being as proficient as possible with getting content out there. But I was talking about TikTok shop scripts. Let me know if that's what you were asking about, Rhonda. Were you asking about scripts for TikTok shop or just scripts in general? Because that's a different conversation. Do you use other apps for the voiceovers? I don't. I use all in app for TikTok. I just hit their voiceover option. I do it all in app. And I like doing it in app. Here's why, because it's literally right there. But I can edit it and move it around. When you put the voice in, if you make it a clip, you can shrink it a little bit to make sure it flows smoothly and it's not a little dead space air. And so I can do that. And then if I don't like the way I set it or the order I set it in, I can move that voiceover to another spot. So I do that too. So you can move it around. So I do like that, and I do it in the app. Okay, good. No, good to know. Thanks. You're welcome. Yes, because I'm trying to record a shoppable video to post. Okay, awesome. Okay, so here's what I was saying. You might have missed the beginning piece. I said, so what I have done, and I use this Lawless. I had this sitting over here, so I just picked it up. So I use this as an example. This is the Lawless brand, and they have the little summer trio. So I was using this as an example. And so what I will do is that I will take my camera and, leadership earlier, she said, oh, it's called B-roll. It's not actually B-roll. It is actually, it's a little bit more staged than B-roll. Because B-roll, when you say B-roll, you are just cutting the camera on and you're just getting footage. You're just filming whatever show was up. That's not what I'm actually doing. I'm trying to be a little bit more staged with how I'm filming. So I will have my camera. I will take my camera, and I might take the camera. Um, was that on sale? The one time I missed your shop lives, it is on sale. Hold on. My camera. I need to charge my phone. It is on sale. It's still on sale. It's part of the deals for you days. So my shop page is Dr. Lisa Shops, y'all. So if y'all want to go over there and get products, you are more than welcome. Thank you all who are coming to the live. Appreciate you. So, for example, let me just flip my camera. So imagine this was me filming. And I got my hand in my camera, so it's just going to be a real bootleg version of it, but I'm going to do it anyway. So say if I have my camera rolling, and I might show the products together, and I might film this for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then I would end it. So I'm just going to turn like this. So say I ended it. And then I may come back with my hand on top of it, and I'll show it like this and show the different colors. So I might do that. And then I'll end it. And then I might come back and do the middle one and show it and show that brand and show the name of it. And then I'll end it. And then I'll come back and do the last one. Okay? So it's a little staged. You just saw that I just did 4 clips. And then I might do another one where I open this up. I got one hand that I'm holding my phone in. So I will open it fully and show that. And then I will end it. So I'll do that as clips, as these little clips. And then I will, with those little clips, if you go to do a video and say you wanted to do a 15-second video, You can add all those clips in there. Maybe the clips might equal 30 seconds, 60 seconds. It will truncate those videos. It will create a montage for you to fit that 15-second time frame. It will take all those clips. So you'll see this montage. You'll see a video actually. It'll create the video for you. And so because of that, then I'll go in and I might do a zoom in, mesh them up into one. Yeah, I'll mesh it up into one video, one nice 15-second video because I did all those little individual clips. And so it creates this video for you where you see this montage. And so then I may go in and do some edits. Maybe I may make something where it might have been 2 seconds. I might make it 3 seconds. Or if I needed to show when I did the lawless and maybe when I pulled it out, it might have clipped it where you didn't see it pull out. So then I might extend it out so I can get that pull out version so you can see that. And then I will go and make that part of a separate, I'll slice it and make that a separate clip. And so I do that so I can have like this montage and the videos all there. And then I might even take some zoom in, zoom out. So, where I had it holding the camera, you might not have seen the zoom in effect. So I might do that. And so you could do that too. You can create a zoom in, zoom out effect. And so I do that as well. So all that is part of what I shared earlier in terms of just creating the video. And that has been kind of a quicker way for me to get footage because I'll have that footage in my camera roll. And then I can go and just create these quick videos. And then the other thing in terms of script is that when you go to the products itself, you click where the commission is. If I touch where the commission is, like say if this was, I don't know how much the commission is, but say it was like $4, I would click that earn $4 and that pulls up the screen where you can actually film. You can create your video for it because now you're on the seller side. Well, when you click that camera symbol, it actually gives you the option to film the camera or to have a virtual assistant. I click the virtual assistant to get to the script. That's where the script is, virtual assistant. Make the most of the product for the consumer. Do they get you brownie points from the vendors? I don't think so. They may put some ad dollars behind my video, maybe, as I get better. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Incentives per se. Potentially, they'll probably put some ad dollars and support the video from that perspective. But I haven't had that happen yet. Not that I'm aware of. So I need to, what I'm explaining is that I actually need to get better with doing more content. I've done more lives than content. And so I need to do better with content. So this has been my new way of getting content done. So yeah, so those are helped me in terms of having those little clips that I'm able to use and create videos that way. When it comes to the script, real quick, that's what I was sharing with my whole example of having the video montage that was done. I will use that as voiceover. So what you guys have seen me do in maybe the last 5 or 6 videos for me is that I'm doing voiceovers. Thank you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I'm doing a lot of voiceovers for my videos because essentially I already did the video footage, but I didn't talk about it. It's not videos of me talking. So I actually have to add the voiceovers. So the voiceovers become those scripts that are in the virtual assistant. So that is the voiceover of me describing the product based on the way the AI is saying how to describe the product. And I play around with it. I might regenerate it a few times until I get one that makes sense for how my video clip looks. But that's what I've been doing. That was a long-winded way of saying that's how I end up doing more video content. And then my page here, I use ChatGPT a lot. That I do. Especially when I'm like coming up with different concepts I want to talk about. And so that becomes part of the way I script myself. I don't totally, a lot of times I will ad lib some of it because sometimes I don't like the way that they share how to say things. And sometimes it doesn't sound natural. So I ad lib a little bit of it as well, but I do use it for supporting how to talk about different things and maybe coming up with ideas along with Creator Search Insights. So Creator Search Insights is Creator Search Insights is really good with ideation as well. So if you're content gaps, if you're thinking about what I could post about that is within my topic and my niche, I use that. And then sometimes I'll use that for the concept, and then I will go and use ChatGPT to come up with a little bit more of the verbiage. So the other thing I did, and so my most recent video, and this is something I don't want you guys to sleep on. If you are creating content and people are responding on your content, use that as an opportunity to reply back with a video. Okay? So that's another thing you can do. So you could respond to people with a video. And so that's what I did today, where I was in the car and I was like, let me record myself talking. And so that's what I did. Are people paying to get these products from their suppliers? Um, I am, so I did not pay. I did not pay for these. This was a sample that was given to me. Um, so I didn't pay for those. I have not probably paid for like the last 5 or 6 things that I've gotten. Um, so if they're doing it, TikTok affiliate. So asked ChatGPT what product sample I got, and it gave me a short list and storyboard. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. So, but again, you could do it within TikTok Shop. So that's what I'm saying. That AI assistant has the script. Is that what you're saying with like the script and you're saying in terms of a storyboard for a video as well? I think that's what you meant by storyboard. Um, So, yes, as a TikTok Shop affiliate, I'm with an agency, Live Legion, and so the agency owner, Jessica, she's been really good with reaching out to sellers to also support getting samples. So, I've gotten a few, the last five, I think it's close to 5 or 6 samples have come through that relationship, and so that's been good. And then I was fortunate to get a couple samples where I just clicked onto the request with the seller, and they said yes, they approved the sample. So I've had a few some luck that way as well. Let's see, friend. It was like I was curious about the AI helping TikTok. So thanks for that. Yes, that is what I want to. Yes, yes, it was specifically for a product. I'm going to try what you discussed. Yeah, yeah. That strategy. I'm not saying it's is perfect. I'm just saying it's my way. I had a call that came in. Sorry about that. It's not a perfect strategy. I mean, it does take time still because you got to get the B roll, essentially the footage of the products and stuff. But I'll do that for about 5 or 10 minutes and get some footage of different products and stuff. And then that way, when it's time to pull the video together, it's just a matter of me doing the voiceovers and stuff and say, yeah. So that's what I did. And like I said, I'm getting better with my voiceovers. Um, becoming a little bit more proficient with it. What's your take on agencies? How did you vet them out to make sure all your needs would be met? The checklist per se. So I did a video about this actually, and so a lot of people have come through my account as well as to my lives, just asking questions and coming in to get a little bit more information. I was with an agency, and actually, I was sharing earlier, this might have been before you came in, that I actually submitted an application to become an agent, but I have not heard back. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'll check that out. Yes. And so what I did in that video, so just to give a little bit more context, what I did in that video is I said you want to do your research. And so I think it's important to go on the home screen. So, agencies do reach out to you and they ask if you are interested in the Creator Network program, which is for being a live host. TikTok Shop has different agencies. They have the TikTok Shop Partner program. That partnership program is where you'll see agencies that come through that program. And then I think there's actually a hybrid where some people are able to be on this side in the TikTok shop side. I don't know if that's the majority. I think there's just a few elite version agencies that are able to have both access to live hosts, regular live hosts, as well as TikTok Shop. Um, but with the agencies here, I am so late signing in. You said, what are you discussing today? Thank you so much, Aisha. Is that it, Aisha? Alicia, thank you so much, friend. No, we're, you know what? Bentley asked the question about TikTok agencies. That's what I'm talking about now. We talked about going live. If you are nervous, scared, shy, any of those things, let me know. I want to make sure um, that I answer questions too about going live. So we'll talk about that in a second too. Thank you so much, friend, for the roses. Appreciate your support. Arlisha, there we go. Thank you so much, friend, for the uh, phonetics, spelling, and the pronunciation of your name. I appreciate that because you know I will butcher a name in a second, y'all. No offense, but it just comes out, and I'm talking so fast. So I appreciate any corrections. They were teasing me earlier, and so when it comes to agencies, do your research. So here's what I tell people: if you are starting off as a live host, you will probably have an agency reach out to you, especially if you are going live consistently. Phonetically is spelled wrong. I blame my parents. Okay. I appreciate that, friend. I'm sure my daughter blames me too for how her name is spelled. so, um, so with that, agencies will reach out to you if you're going live consistently, especially in the first week, 10 days, 2 weeks. If you're somebody showing up and they're scrolling and they see that you are a consistent person, then that's something that they're looking at. They're paying attention to it. And they're paying attention to your energy, your engagement, how people are responding. All of that matters. So agencies will pop into your live all the time. So what they'll do is send you a DM and ask, okay, have you heard of the Creator Network program? I'm with XYZ agency. And so what I said in that video post is that I think the first step you should do is ask them, you know, no, I haven't heard of you. uh, can you give me a few live hosts that you're currently working with? Can you share some information about what services you'll offer to me? And then I told you to ask, okay, how do I support you in your growth strategy? Because agencies are paid by TikTok. Let me be very clear. Agencies are paid by TikTok. TikTok pays us as live hosts. So TikTok is the employer, and TikTok is paying both entities. So live hosts get a percentage. You get anywhere between, I mean, essentially you get 40%, depending on, up to 40%, depending on how you are going live per live. And then there's these weekly missions where you can make additional funds. So they like to market and promote it as 53% is what you can earn as a live host. The average person doesn't see that. You see probably like 49.5%. When it comes to agencies, that other percentage, that 60 to 80% that's out there, um, TikTok takes that percentage and pays the agency. So that's why they say agencies will say TikTok pays me, and they do. They do. So that is a true statement. Um, but I want to be clear though. They get paid because of how you perform. Okay, so if you're not showing up, if you're not being consistent, if you're not having an engaging room, then that does impact how the agency will get monetized as well. Because essentially, you're not getting paid, they're not getting paid. So that's how that works. So they're gonna encourage you to go live. Hello, Ebony. How you doing? How you doing, Luna? I think I saw you flying in, friend. Thank you so much for being here. And so, happy Monday, friend. And so, as agencies are growing, their clients, their live hosts, they want to make sure live hosts are performing. So I tell people also make sure you're going to be consistent at being a live host. If you're not going to be consistent, then that's part of what they want from you. Consistency. Thank you so much, Luna. Appreciate your friend. Thank you for that. Um, and then if you're not going to be consistent as a live host, then the agency is not going to support and promote and do all the other things. A lot of agencies will talk about their benefit is to be an intermediate mediary with TikTok. And so if you are in trouble with your account, maybe it's at risk of getting banned or something like that, they will step in to support you. And so you'll see a lot of that as part of the messaging. So just know that you are essentially, Dr. Lisa, it's good to see you. Thank you so much, California girl. Appreciate you being here. Um, and so it's important for you to make sure you're ready to go live and be consistent at it because you want this to be part of your monetization strategy, another form of passive income, as well as your growth of your live page, of your TikTok account and your live community. Okay, so that's the other thing I will say on the front end. So a couple other things you want to keep in mind when it comes to agencies is that you actually do have to sign an extended commitment with them. So I think in most cases it's like 3 years, and so if you get an out clause within the first 15 days. So the first 15 days you can say, you know what, I don't like that this agency. I'm out of here. I don't want to be a part of this. Thank you so much, the exit plan coach. Appreciate you, friend. So you can actually absolutely do that, and I tell you to exercise that exit strategy, that exit plan. If I said exit plan because of the name, that out clause. If if you are not, if you're seeing any red flags, if there's anything about the agencies, you will see some agencies that are strongly promoting and encouraging battles. Thank you all for the 40K. I appreciate you all in the room. Thank you so much for the support, friends. We are chatting and talking all things going live. So if you are in the room and new, put in the chat that you knew. I'm happy to get to know some of my new people listening and learning from me. And if you have a specific question, don't hesitate not to ask, because I answer questions. I don't have a moderator currently, so I answer questions and I make sure that I am helping you in terms of your live strategy and anything when it comes to learning TikTok. Okay, so just let me know if you have questions. When it comes to agencies, also, so 15-day out clause, you can get out without penalty, without question, and then you also can, if you wait past 15 days, you can essentially get out. You can submit a quit notice, a 30-day notice essentially, and in that 30 days you can decide to stay with them if you choose to. But once that 30 days is over, you dissolve the relationship. The relationship's over, but then you have to wait 2 months, 60 days before you can go to another agency. So I think that is kind of built in to discourage people from bouncing around to agencies. But just know that that is something that you can do. You can leave, but just know that there is somewhat of a penalty on the back end because you have to wait before you can go to somewhere else. And that is actually what I'm experiencing now. I left an agency at officially done with them as of May 30th, and now I have to wait 60 days, which will be August 1st or so, before I can go to another agency. But since then, I have also submitted to be my own agency. So I'm looking into that. And we'll see if it gets approved. I haven't heard yet back. So, what is the number in front of my name in the blue box? Hello, friend. You are a level 20 blue boxer. Let me explain that. I'll explain that. Give me a few seconds. I'm gonna catch up on comments and I'm explaining the blue box in the daily heart me because we got some friends in the room and there are probably others who did not know that they are a high level engager like yourself. Hello everyone. How you doing, independent thinker? Thank you so much for being here as well. Greetings from Spain, Universal MTV. Thank you so much, friend, for being here. Appreciate you joining the live. You said thanks. You're welcome, friend. Okay, so really quickly closing up the loop with agencies, do your research. Some agencies, they are really very strongly promoting the battle culture and battling, and I'm not necessarily opposed to battling. I think it is a great way to get and foster community and get engagement and monetize. However, I don't think that should be your only strategy. I think something about it, to me, my approach and my strategy is focused on how do you grow a community of supporters. How do you think about your brand? How do you take this brand and expand and grow beyond just TikTok? And essentially, how do you think about monetization where you're adding value and people are coming to you because they want your solution? So that's a bigger strategy than just saying, "Hey, send me a lion, send me roses, tap 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 the screen," because you're battling. So that's a different strategy. So I say that because I want you all to think beyond, and my audience is different too. So every agency has a different way of thinking about things and approaching things. So you just got to know what's the best agency for you and your brand and your strategy that you want here on this app and beyond. Question: I'm 3 weeks new. How can I join an agency? um, well, 3 weeks new to going live. Are you going live as a live host? Is that what you mean by 3 weeks new? or you just 3 weeks new to TikTok and you're still posting content, visiting live rooms, and learning about the app. So let me know if that's what you meant. 3 weeks. Are you a live host? Let me ask that question. Do you go live? Okay, so you've done one live. You said I have 1,000 plus, and I have one live complete. Okay. Well, keep going live. What I said in the beginning of this is that agencies will reach out to you, probably. I mean, you can clearly reach out to agencies. Don't get me wrong, and you should research as you go to different live hosts. You should ask, "Are you an agency?" And so that way you can start keeping track of the agencies and just hear what they say and what they say about their agency. I have the other two complete this week. Okay. Yeah. So what will happen? Agencies will start reaching out to you if you're going live consistently, say 7, 10, 14 days straight, like about 2 weeks. You should, if, in 2 weeks, if you don't have one agency that reached out to you and you've gone live every single day for at least 30 minutes to an hour, then I would be surprised to hear that. That would surprise me. In most cases, one agency will probably reach out, if nothing else, in the first 2 weeks. But again, that's if you're going live every day and you're showing up in their system because they have a back end system that they can see from TikTok. So they can see that. So they'll reach out to you. Now, do I think you should go with the first agency that reaches out to you? Absolutely not. I will tell you that first and foremost, don't do that. But ask questions, do your research, get a sense of who they are and what they have to offer. Um, and then I will say, ask if there are other people who are with that agency. And so then go to their live and ask them about that agency. So that's what I would tell you to do. Let me turn my fan off. With agencies, as you go around to other live hosts, ask them if they're with agencies. Some of the people, I started collecting a list of agencies. I don't want to, I need to do more research before I start promoting a specific agency. So I want to do a little bit more research before I say, okay, this is an agency I would go with. Unless it's TikTok Shop. Live Legion, I will promote. I will promote her wholeheartedly. What do you do when agencies get to you? Or what do you do after they get to you? How do you research them? That's a great question. So I think that's what you do after you want to research. But what do you want to do when they get to you as well? You want to ask questions. So let me, yes. So let me, answer that question and both Kim's question. Both of your questions are kind of similar in the sense that if an agency comes to you and they are asking, have you heard of the Creator Network program? That's what it's called. And we're with XYZ agency. What did we say was special about Live Legion? I think I missed it. What did you say? Let me give me 1 second, pals. I'll talk about Live Legion in a second because I like the way Jess operates. So definitely we'll talk about her. Friends that are in the room, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all joining. Let me know if you have questions. We are talking all things going live. I'll probably stay on live. Probably it's about 6:15 or so, maybe another 30 minutes or so, just with the thinking that I'm gonna answer questions and I want to make sure I answer questions for you all. And of course, I gotta get some content posted. Still, I'm on a mission, y'all. Okay, so we gonna do it. We are doing it. Thank you so much, Rakai. I appreciate you, friend. So come on in. Okay, so the first question about the agency from California girl, and then my friend asked the blue box question. So the exit plan coach, don't leave me. Let me get to your blue box question. Let me close the loop on this agency conversation. I apologize because I don't want to. I forget to circle back to your question because you asked very directly what is the blue box. So I want to answer that question as well. Um, so with talking about agencies, wanted to make sure that first of all, if an agency reaches out to you, ask them questions like, hey, what type of services you offer for live hosts? How do you support us? Typically, they'll say that they will help you with band accounts. That's universal. Um, if they're doing any kind of promoting of your live and support of your live, ask that question as well. They typically have a diamond requirement before they do any support like that. So keep that in mind. That's pretty typical. But ask the question, see what their take on it is. Um, and then when it comes, does agencies talk via phone or is still contact via email, text? Email, text, phone, not typical. That's not always typical. Um, TikTok Shop, Live Legion, she does do phone. She does phone. So that is true. She does do phone. As a TikTok Shop agency, we're talking about the Creator Network program, which is a different program than TikTok Shop. But yeah, so I think it depends on the agency. Maybe I should say that. It depends on the agency. A lot of agencies use Discord or some other platform that they have all their clients housed under. So yeah, so it just depends on the agency. They may text. Like I was with GQ, they did some texting early on, but then they switched you directly to Discord. So literally everything was in Discord, and I'm not a big super fan of Discord. So I got my own little issues with how that's set up, but they do. Discord is pretty popular. Um, Thank you all who are coming into the live. Appreciate you joining the live. Um, when it comes to research. So research agencies by going into the home screen and type the agency's name and see what comments come up. Anybody did a post about them? Anybody gave feedback? Anybody said, "Hey, I'm with XYZ agency." You also can scroll and see if there are people who are live that maybe have that agency as part of their topic, or maybe they have it in their bio. So yes, so you can research that agency that way and just see if there's something out there about the agency. You can ask the person who's reaching out to you, hey, can you give me 2 3 live hosts that currently are with your agency? I like to visit their lives and ask questions. Yeah, that's fair game. You can clearly ask that. So I would say do your research. Research is the home screen. Research is going to other people's lives that are with that agency to see what their feedback is. um, Research is just making sure you understand what they have to offer, if they have a website or any other resources for you to go and visit and learn about. Yeah. So yeah, just decide up front. And again, you got 15 days to get out. So if you wait to, I say wait to day 14. Don't wait to 15. But wait, day 14, if there's anything that's a red flag, you're like, ooh, the communication is poor. Ooh, I don't like how they're telling me that I need to do this, that, and the other. I will tell you, some of that is maybe a real gut instinct. So definitely ask around if there's anything that pops up and you're like, let me ask this live host with them to make sure that my intuitions are not mistaken. And so you can ask that question. So, but I will tell you some of it is probably gut instinct. So just know that keep that in mind, especially when it comes to, like I said, the whole battle thing becomes a big piece of it because that becomes a way of monetization. So you see, thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you, independent. That becomes a way for them to quickly get you to engage and get monetized. Again, they get paid by TikTok. TikTok is you're getting income or rewards because of your performance. So if you're collecting a lot of diamonds by going live and doing these battles, then that becomes a monetization stream that the agency is also able to benefit from. So just know if that is a strategy. Just make sure it's a strategy. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna pause the live for 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. You know, my baby is in Italy, so I don't know if my baby's calling me in a time difference. I told her to call me after 6. And so I know she's about to go to bed, so that's what's happening. I was like, oh, my baby's calling me. Sorry about that, friends. But I, anyway, I didn't even get a chance to talk to her fully, so because the phone for the tablet was all connected to the microphone, I couldn't hear her, so hopefully she heard me. So yes, um, so agencies. Let me finish the talk on that. So agencies research. Do your research. If they reach out to you, make sure you ask questions about who they are and what they're all about, and so you start there. Um, independent thinker. Let me know if you have questions as a new live host. How did your first live go? So we'll talk about that as well. How did your first live go? And let me know what happened there. Um, and so yeah, they let me go back up to question. Pals, you said, sorry, did you ask special? Live Legion. Okay, Live Legion, really quickly. Live Legion is a TikTok shop agency. So don't forget Blue Box information. Yes, I got to go back to Blue Box. Um, Live Legion is a TikTok shop agency. Let me talk about Blue Box, pals. Let me talk about Blue Box, and I'm gonna circle back to Live Legion because that becomes a little bit of a longer conversation. So let me go. Let me go back to Blue Box. So my friend, are you still in the room? Just say yes. I'm still here. If you're still here, I want to make sure I answer your question about Blue Box, but I don't know if you're still in the room. So she might have moved on. That's totally fine. Um, all right, thanks, pals. So Blue Box, really quickly, if you are somebody who is curious about the Blue Box, you don't know what she says she is. The exit plan I didn't see. Thank you so much though. The exit plan asked that question. Okay, but we're gonna assume she's here. So the exit plan was the one that asked that question. But so Blue Box, what are the diamonds you mentioned? Diamonds are how you get paid. Um, Give me a second. We're gonna go back to that. Let me close up the loop for Blue Box because I think the person who asked the question is gone, but I'll answer it anyway. So Blue Box, if you click, like, so for example, Andrea, you wrote that comment about the diamonds. I want you to click your photo. Anybody who wants to put a comment in, this is how you see your Blue Box. Blue Box represents how you are an engager in a live. So as you are engaging in someone's live, you are growing. Um, you are growing in your engagement, and TikTok gives you levels. Those levels are pretty much recognized by the blue box. And then when you are in a room, that blue box follows you to every single live. So that's your level. You can level up as you are engaging more. The orange heart is part of my life. So Luna just came in and she's an orange heart level 3. So she's been coming in and she's been consistently coming to the live and she's leveling up as well. So that's what that represents. So the blue box is your level of engagement as a viewer. Okay? So people who have high level blue boxes are high engagers. And those people are people who, whether they realize it or not, because sometimes people have the blue box and don't realize that that's what that represents. But whether they realize it or not, when you're a high engager, TikTok is telling on you. Essentially, people in the room, they know what your level of engagement is. And so the expectation is that you will engage in the live, from liking the live, sharing out the live, commenting, and then gifting. Primarily gifting. So gifting is the main reason that you have that level blue box. So if you click, put in the word hi or comment or something like that, you can click your level. And if your level, depending on what your level is, you can see really clearly, like independent, you shared out the live, you're level 11, you can see really clearly, how you doing, Claire? Bonjour, thank you so much, friend. You can see pretty clearly what level of engagement you are. So with your engagement, you click your level, like Claire is level 35, my friend Independent Thinker is level 11, hold on one second, someone's trying to battle. Yes, come in. So as you said mine is purple. Yes, you are no longer blue, friend. You are a higher engager than most. I say that, let me say this. The color changes as the person becomes higher in their engagement. So you'll see different shades of blue. And now my friend who is a 35 level engager is now purple. Okay? He's like, oh, yes, you are. You are high level. Okay? So it changed to purple. Now, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen over, I gotta see. I don't know if I've seen too many in the 40s. I've seen a few 40s come in here, like 40, 41, 42. I don't think I've seen over 42. But yes, you are now purple, okay? So yes, high level engager, okay? I'm not at that level. I'm just gonna say that out loud. It was too funny. I was on mute and didn't even know until I was 20 minutes in. Somebody told me then, oh my gosh, you was muted. Merci beaucoup, mister. See, you know what? I took like 3 years of French, y'all. I'm just going to say that out loud. Your girl, I may not know Spanish, but I can read me a little French. Okay? Now, I don't know if I can speak it very good, but yes. You said I just kept talking. You was muted the whole time, friend. Oh my gosh. Just keep talking, friend. Thank you so much, Fantastico. Yes, yes, girl, I see you. I was getting all my 30 minutes. There you go, friend. Just keep talking 30 minutes. You did it. You did it. I don't care if it was me. Now, how were you muted? How were you muted? How did you mute yourself? I figured out how to correct the setting. Oh, okay, okay. Happened to me too. I'm trying to think. Mute your setting. Let me see. You said oh, it does say mute microphone. Yeah, you can. You said I'm dying. What you dying about? You dying about the microphone, or you dying about me and my French? Because Luna, I know you're my Spanish interpreter, but I got me a little French. I understand a little bit of French. You have to check the settings. Yes, microphone. Oh, the microphone. Yes. Yeah. Well. Okay. You know. Were you in the? Let me see. Let me see. I'm about to mute myself. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear me. Okay. Because there's a setting here where you clearly mute microphone. Yeah. So I'm muted. You can't hear me. Y'all should be able to hear me. It had to toggle mute in the Samsung phone. You're muted. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Let me say this. It popped up on my screen that I was muted. So it did not pop on your screen right there in the app. It said muted microphone. So it must, well, see, I'm an Apple user, so I'm just going to say this. In my household, we got the Samsungs and we got the Apple users. I'm just going to say Apple does things a little differently for y'all, okay? I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. Apple shows you you're muted. That's the running joke in my house. Like, Apple does things a little different for you all. So y'all Samsungs, I'm just gonna tell you, you might need to get an Apple. I had to toggle mute my Samsung phone. You were muted for me. Yes. I'm sorry. I hit invite by accident. Apologize, friend. I did not mean to hit invite. But yeah. So yes, you said I'm a Samsung girl. I'm good. It's a Samsung thing. I see, because I was like, it clearly says you muted, sister. Like, it was on my screen. I was like, oh. And then I had to untoggle it off. So yeah. But yes, so yes, and then on the more side, that's where you get muted. So you did it way before you started the live. So let me say this again. That does happen for the subscriber only chat. So independent thinker, as you grow in your live journey, you're going to get to the point where you're going to be able to offer subscriptions. If you go around on the subscription screen and start playing around with different buttons and you just so happen to activate the subscriber only chat, because you're like, oh, I want to cut that on, that feature. I want my subscribers to chat. Well, what it does is that it makes it so when you go live, the next time you go live, your subscribers will only be the only ones that can chat with you. So if you don't have any subscribers and you have that feature cut on, nobody can chat. They can't comment. And you're going to be like, why aren't anybody saying anything? What's going on? So that's happened a couple times. And I give the most recent story where I had one of my clients, one of our friends that come through here, she had to turn it on. It just so happened we had a one-on-one schedule. She scheduled that with me. And she was like, Dr. Lisa, I don't know what's going on. I have one person that I finally got a subscriber and they subscribed to me and we had a nice conversation, but early in the week I had no engagement. Well, it turned out, I said, well, go live, and we went live. And I said, just subscribe on the channel. And the girl had to subscribe in order to chat with you. So just know that is something that will happen if you are not careful. So just keep that in mind. It will activate. So you just got to make sure you are paying attention to some of those little nuances too. Hello, friend. Okay, the battle of iPhones versus I know, friend. That's it. Yeah. Oh, Lord, thanks for the tip. Yeah, thank you for sharing. See you later. Thank you so much, friend. How you doing, Ann? Appreciate your pals. Yes. I heart down laughed at her. She said, Dr. Lish, you could tell that story. And she was like, oh my God. She said the only way that person could talk to me is to subscribe. So it wasn't even on free will. She had to do it. I was like, oh Lord. It was so funny. But yeah, so just know that is a feature. That's my one way to get it. It is. Frenchies, how are you, friend? I tried to sell my books in TikTok shop when I post a video link, what happened now to it? It never gets pushed out. Oh, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Frenchie's books. I try to sell my books in TikTok Shop. When I post a video link to it, it never gets pushed out. I don't know. Is there you do an account check and just make sure there's nothing going on with that video if it's not being pushed out? Yeah, there may be something going on with that video. See what TikTok says about the rules and guidelines for doing that. I'm not sure. You would think Apple users get commission on the way we would all brag about. I know, you know what I'm saying? Apple needs to give me a discount. In my household alone, it wants me to pay to promote. Oh, well, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yes, says it is good. Yeah, that's it. They want you to pay to promote it. So essentially, what TikTok is in the business of TikTok, y'all. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm tardy for class. You're welcome, Fred. Come on in. Appreciate you being here. TikTok is in the business of TikTok. So when it comes to sellers, if you are a business account, the thinking is you are going to ideally get sales. It's so sad it is. Ideally, you're going to get sales for your products that you're promoting, and then they want to make sure that you are promoting, in fact, promoting your business and promoting your products that way. So, and using their promotion feature. So that is something you need to be mindful of. So yeah, I would say, yeah, just put in a marketing budget. That's what I would tell you. Put in a marketing budget. It's not going to come for free. It is essentially they're in the business of TikTok. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Liz, I have 3 times that I want to do a shoppable live. So can you talk a little about that? Shoppable live, sure. Hold on one second. I even tried to send samples, but no go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say right now, I'm not as versed in the business side of TikTok business account. I know a little bit to be dangerous, but I don't know a whole lot about all the details of that side. I would definitely say find someone who is familiar with TikTok Shop for business, for seller rather, and see if they can give some tips and strategies. But from my understanding, it is very much that you have to pay to play. That's essentially what's happening, especially when it comes to marketing and other support. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any tips, strategies, workarounds. I would say, look into it. How do you know if your page is under personal or business? If you go to the 3 lines on your profile screen, there's 3 lines in the top right corner rather. Click those 3 lines and then go to settings and privacy. Hey, Gloria. Go to settings and privacy and then scroll to account. Account should be right at the top. On account, you should see in the middle of the page it says switch to business, then your personal account, because you're going to switch to business, or switch to personal, meaning that you're a business account. So that's how you would tell. That's the quick way to tell. Yeah. So yeah, it depends on what they're telling you to switch to. If it tells you to switch to a different type of account setup, then that's the one. You're on the opposite one. So that's how you can tell. You said it's business. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not as versed with business, but like I said, I don't know if any cheat code or any way to kind of get around it. Like I said, they're in the business of TikTok. And there is a little bit from the seller perspective. There is this pay to play perspective for the business account. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. TikTok Shop. Let me talk through that really quickly. I'm going to be on for maybe another 15, no more than 30 minutes. But the thing I will say, let me talk about Live Legion really quickly because Piles, you asked that question. I wanted to circle back to that question. Live Legion is a TikTok Shop agency. Thanks. I have two accounts. I'll use the other one. Yes, that might be a way to do it. You said I'm on business. You're on business. Okay. So you're not a creator. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind in terms of being a business account too. Just stick to your business talks and conversations too. Yeah. Please talk about your coaching. I missed it this morning. Did you really? I didn't go into great detail. I talked about it a little bit. I said I was going to come here and talk about it today. I started off a little bit earlier in the live to talk about it. Let me run through TikTok Shop. So I did put three. So I in on my link in my bio. So if you click my profile once, my profile picture, you can get to my mini profile. Click my photo again, will take you to my main profile. Under my main profile is under the bio is my Stand Store link. If you click that, you'll see right at the top where I have the one-on-one coaching services and my consultations. I have essentially, um, hold on a second. I have essentially created two different types of coaching programs available. One's 8 weeks, the other one is 4 weeks. 4 weeks is kind of accelerated when you think about it. And I'm going to go to my stand store so you guys will see it in a second. How do I have TikTok shop with this with a business? Um, Let me answer that in a second. Let me answer that in a second. Because I've been I think I have an answer for you. So let me answer that. So when it comes to TikTok shop. Oh, you got me saying TikTok shop. When it comes to the 4 weeks, it's accelerated, thinking that you already have gone live. You already kind of understand a little bit about this platform as a way to brand yourself and market your services. So that part of it is there for you. I could talk about it. It really is. All of it is customized and personalized depending on what you need from me. But essentially, those first 4 weeks is really talking about how to stand up your product and how to make sure you are understanding strategically how to make sure you know your audience, marketing directly to your audience, you understand value and price points that you need to have, and then you understand digital marketing as a business strategy when it comes to creating funnels, creating opt-in emails, creating all the things to make sure that you are having passive income essentially overnight so that people are clicking and buying your products or buying your services or whatever the case may be. So that is like the 4 week accelerator just to understand that process. And then you also have the 8 weeks if you're someone who needs to get more extensive support when it comes to going live. And what does it mean to go live and go live consistently? And understanding how to build a community and understand who your audience is and how you are talking to them and making sure you essentially are helping to grow your community, and then you add value, and then you add a product, and then you do all other things. So the first 4 weeks is just going through the live strategy, and then the next 4 weeks is going through your business strategy in terms of your product development, all that stuff. So that's kind of the thinking when you think about 8 weeks of support. um Price point, I have an introductory price. So a couple things I did, and that's kind of why I said I started this conversation earlier, because I was talking about just being present and available for coaching, recognizing that coaching is a thing. And then being available for my TikTok shop page and being available for content creation and being available for live streaming and then making space if agency happens. So I said all that with the intentionality of saying I'm doing a promotional sale right now. I have two introductory prices for 4 weeks. We have the 350 for 4 weeks, 60-minute chats. We're gonna meet weekly. Ideally, I want to set a standing time where we're in it, we're talking, I'm getting you moving. And then the 8 weeks, I got an introductory price of 550. So again, both great value when you think about per meeting and what you're gonna get from it. So that's all in there for you, friends. I'll go over it in my stand store if you want some more specifics. But if you want to go look at, you said, okay, Doc, there we go. And if you want some more specifics, let me know too. Because again, like I said, it is customizable depending on what you need, what you're looking for, what you need to do to get going. So all that's good to know. Yes, friend. Yeah, so that's all in there. So, and then what I did is that the 8 weeks, I'm only taking 3 people right now. Because again, 8 weeks for 3 people, I think that's a lot to take on. And just knowing that at the end of the day, I want to make sure people are successful. And then the 4 weeks, I'm taking 6 people. So that was kind of my way of doing maybe double, 6 and 3. And so that's how I'm doing it, rolling out this week. And I'll talk about it more. At the end of the day, I'm really just trying to make sure I'm being cognizant of taking it all on And then I want to support people. I still do the consultation, so I'm trying to make space for that. Those are 30-minute meetings. And I'm trying to be a little bit more, moving forward, I'll be a little bit more disciplined with my time because I actually don't always stop the meetings. Because y'all get to talking, like I said, I'll just keep talking and supporting y'all. But I do need to stop the meetings because there's things I need to do and get. There's only so many hours in a day, so that is out there. So let me go back to TikTok Shop and Live Legion. I want to make sure I answer that question. Pals asked that question. So with TikTok Shop, have you ever thought about group coaching? I did contemplate group coaching. Here's what I decided not to do this time around. Why I decided not to launch with group coaching is because my clientele, the people I work with, they all have very individualized needs, and not everybody's at the same pace and rate. And it doesn't allow for people to fully get as much questions, answers, and support. I think groups are great when people are able to kind of take different nuggets and information in, and maybe there's not the pressure of wanting to make sure you're getting your information answered and wanting your individualized support. So I was like, let me not start there. Let me start with individuals, because if I start at the group level, you oftentimes get group think. You might get a few people who are asking the most questions and getting all the information that they need, and now other people are not. So I decided, you know what, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into a situation where people are not feeling supported. So I started off with individual first, and that's why I said a smaller group. Thinking that I probably will evolve to group, but just recognizing as people evolve and they need ongoing support, because this stuff is not ending. I'll tell you right now, I belong to three, no, actually four different mentorship groups. Okay, so I got UBC. There's like I could run through multiple that I'm actually in, and I get nuggets and I get emails from different people, different places rather. And so just recognizing you don't know what you don't know, and that's going to segue me to Live Legion in a second, because that's a perfect example to say I don't know all I know. I know enough to be dangerous about TikTok Shop, but I know there's some details and specifics that I am not tuned into on a day-to-day basis that Live Legion is and Jessica is. And so she's able to put that in Discord. She's able to communicate with us. She's able to do some samples. She's able to do the things that I'm not able to be tapped into because I'm not in that space all the time. And so, I say that because it's evolving. So if you're doing this today, things are going to evolve and you're going to have to think about other strategies as time goes on as well. And so that's where group comes in. But just standing up and just getting things up and rolling, then you probably need a little bit more individualized support. Like you said, they can do group after they graduate. Yes, from 8 to 6 weeks and still need more. Yes, that's my thinking. That's my thinking. So I didn't want to roll it out now. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that the pilot group, and that's what I'm considering this as a pilot, just to get a sense of how people respond. A lot of this, and this is kind of the disclaimers I even put into it. So I tell you guys everything because I don't gatekeep. So you'll see there's disclaimers. And at the end of the day, results is based on you. You know what I'm saying? So if you are somebody who's not doing your homework, you're somebody who is being, and I know life gets in the way, don't get me wrong, but the reality is if you invest in yourself in this way, then you got to be committed to the process. And the process is at times uncomfortable because it's not a normal way of operating. We're people by human nature. We're used to getting up, going to a job, 9 to 5, coming home, relaxing, going to TV, going to watch TV, doing whatever we're doing. And this, thank you so much, friend. This requires you to think a little differently about your strategy in terms of how you are engaging in content, in other people's content, in other people's lives. It's how you are thinking very strategically about your plan for growth and development in terms of what's your brand? What do you want to promote to your audience? Who's your audience? Those type of questions you got to really sit down and ask yourself. And then ultimately, you got to be, to a certain extent, there's a learning curve in terms of creating content as well as being consistent with going live and creating content too. So all that plays into it. And so as people get to doing it, they realize like, wow, I might have put off more than what I need. I can chew. Or you get to the point where you get past that and get through the learning curve of it all and you become a lot more proficient at it. How are you doing? Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, V Nurse. Appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much, Scissors. I saw some scissor thing coming in. All right, the sent the heart puff. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much. And so just recognizing all that plays into it. And I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste other people's time. So I just want to make sure if I do this, I can kind of do it in a way where I'm looking at um, the first group of people who go through this with me, and we kind of work through this process. That I also can kind of make some process improvements too. And so if there are some things that I learned from, this group, that I'm like, okay, now I need to think differently about this because not everybody's going to do what needs to happen, or now I need to think differently about this because I am, um, there's some other questions that came out or some other needs that are there. Do you have to push off? Thank you so much. After midnight here. Thank you so much, Mercy, for I don't know the rest of that, but thank you. Thank you for the session. I think I saw that. Appreciate your friend. My French ain't all that great. So thank you so much for coming in. Um, so yeah, so that's the thinking. I didn't start with group because of that, and so I think there are some um, areas where group works. Yes, you look at me. There's some areas that group works very well, and I think for this rollout, it has to be where people are able to stand their live stream up and get it moving and kind of keep going there. There could be a case, and I'll say this, Kim. Like when I think about somebody like you, there's probably a few I could name that are like live hosts that have been going live probably for like the last 5 6 months. Maybe not. Maybe 6 months might be extreme, but I'm gonna say 3 to 4 months or 2 to 3 months where group could make sense. Could absolutely make sense because maybe you have your product already. Maybe you are a live host and you've seen some of those initial um, roller coasters, ups and downs with it. And then so group makes sense in that instance. As you're looking for, okay, what else should I be thinking about? How you doing, Coach Vicky? Appreciate your friend coming in. What else I should be thinking and doing. So group makes sense in that instance. But if you're still kind of very new and don't, first of all, don't know, have not had a lot of experience about going live, but the goal is that you don't want to keep scrolling. You're here potentially to make money. That's the goal. The goal is to make money, make passive income, maybe even make primary income, depending on what you're doing. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. Depending on what you're doing, that may be your intent. And so now it's like, okay, now that I'm at this point where I've done that and things are starting to roll, like what are the other things I need to do? And that's the conversation I can have and I should have with people. But again, I didn't want to roll out group yet because I want to see how this early phase works. Who gets credit during group live for engagement? Who gets credit during group live for engagement? Yes. Um, who gets credit for group live? Group live. What do you mean? Like when you have a multi-guest live? Is that what you mean by that? Who gets credit? The live host gets credit. Panels. That's what I'm thinking. Panels. Yeah. The live host gets credit for the live. It's their live. They're hosting it, and then people are guests in the live. So unless you are a co-host, as a co-host, and that's a different button you're pressing, then you both are having your own individual lives, and then you came together for a period of time, and then you may go back away again. So you both get credit in that way for co-hosting. But if it is a panel, how you doing, Mr. and Mrs. Derman? Thank you so much for joining. If it is co-host, a guest process, the host of that room gets credit, and they also get a percentage of the diamonds that you receive too. Because as a guest, you get monetized. Somebody asked that question earlier. What is diamonds? Let me know if you're still in the room. I'll talk about that. I missed that answer. Doing fine. Thank you so much, friend. Hopefully the family's doing well too. Thank you for coming in today. Um, and so let me talk about Live Legion real quick. Shane Sprays, thank you so much for joining. Live Legion, appreciate you, friend, is a TikTok shop agency. And so that agency what was your specific question? You wanted to know about, hey, you wanted to know about the agency in general, or did you have a specific question? Let me know if you had a specific question. Anybody else have questions too? And I think, was I supposed to talk about TikTok Shop broadly? Let me know in general. Okay. So, TikTok Shop agency, I said I would endorse her, because I said I don't endorse agencies, but I endorse her because I am with her. And I guess I've seen how she operates and moves. And so she really is an agency. And so this is the thing that you need to know about agencies. And this is what I will say. If you're going to be with an agency, you want to make sure that they're supporting your needs and they're meeting you where you're at. Okay. So because she's new, thank you so much, friend. Because she is new, she is essentially willing to make sure she's able to grow the community and make sure her you know live hosts, her affiliates are supported and doing well. So I like that, where she's very nimble and open to different ways of thinking and operating. So for example, the conversation about samples, there was this conversation early on about, okay, here's what we needed to know, and it is the party line. It is fair to say that most sellers are not giving samples away. They don't. They're looking at refundable samples as a way to say, okay, if you had so many sales, thank you so much, friend. If you had so many sales, then I will get you a sample. I will refund you the amount you paid for your sample. So I think it's 3 sales, and you get refunded for the sample that you made. Yvette, you said, have I started the agency yet? I'm still waiting to get approved, friend. I haven't. I was checking up on comments. No, I haven't. I wish. We're still waiting. I'm going to a meeting on Wednesday, so hopefully I can kind of bully my way into a response, because they have not responded to my emails. So we'll see what happens. Um, do you have to sign up to do a co-host? No. Somebody has to accept your invite if you request to come to someone's room as a co-host. So yeah, so they have to accept your invite. You send them an invite to come into your room. Somebody just sent me an invite like 10 minutes ago, and I declined it because I'm talking to you all. So so you definitely have to have people accept your invite, but no, you don't have to sign up. So what Live Legion, her name is Jessica, what she did was that, hey, there was she's part of a accelerator program for TikTok Shop agencies, and so she has relationships with sellers, and with those sellers, she is able to then reach out to them and say, hey, I have this initiative I would like to offer. So she's very creative. She came up with an initiative where she was saying, okay, if you're a seller that's not necessarily getting the same level of product promotion because there's these big name product people out here, why don't you work with my team? Why don't you work with my agents? And we'll if you can give us samples and stuff, we'll promote your products. And she came up with that plan, and several different agencies agreed. I mean, I'm sorry, sellers, not agencies. Several sellers agreed. So one of the things that she was able to do was then get us, depending on what niche you were in and what you were offering, you were able to get samples. So that was something creative she did. Now, bigger agencies got more buying power, got more pull, got more partnerships and relationships. I would say the contrast to them is that they probably won't do as much hand holding, information sharing in terms of how to be a better live host with your products, how to do better videos. So she's very detailed. She does weekly meetings. So everything she does, I'm a champion for. I like her style, and she's very much not gatekeeping. She's trying to make sure she shares as much information so that we can be successful. And if we're successful, she's successful. If we don't make money, she don't make money. So, at the end of the day, for her, it's very much, this is her business. So she's trying to invest in us so that we can be successful. So that I do appreciate. This is Live Legion, Jessica, with Live Legion. So if you go and type in the word Live Legion Agency, Legion, if you type in that name on the search bar on the home screen for TikTok, you'll come across her page, and you can send her a DM. She answers DMs, or you can, I think she does, somebody have to tell me, anybody in the room who knows, I think she does weekly, maybe even twice a week, live sessions. So she's done some lives. I had her come to my live, I think in She's come to my live a couple times, but I think it was way back in May, so it's probably time for her to come again. Now, I will say this, and this is just Jessica said it too, and this is just my own knowledge and experience on these TikTok streets. If you are going to do TikTok shop and you want to make money doing TikTok shop, it does require you to, it is a learning curve. I'm going to say that first and foremost. It's a learning curve to create videos. I just kind of ran through my strategy of how I do videos lately. Not to say that is the best approach. It is something that's, something, it's a thing that you have to do. Um, Live Legion is focusing on shoppable lives too. So she wants you to get in the habit of going live because that's the Creator Accelerator program. Because essentially in the US, there are not as many live hosts for TikTok Shop. So they're trying to amplify that area. So she's part of that accelerator that's really focused on live. So again, if you're somebody who's not going live and you're trying to figure out should you go live and then do TikTok Shop live, that's something you might want to consider. The other thing I will say is that lives for me have been more profitable than my videos. And one thing I know to be true is that in order for you to start making a decent amount of money on your video content is that you got to have a lot more content produced. So you got to produce a lot more videos, so that essentially maybe even have upwards of 8 to 10 to 12 videos out there per day. Now that means that you got to have unlimited access. There's some other things you got to keep in mind. So I won't talk about it today. Maybe I can save that for tomorrow if you have questions. But that is something you want to consider. And I do have kind of a, we'll see if it's kind of a workaround to make sure you get live access, not live access, unlimited access sooner. So it's just something you want to be mindful of. And then the last thing I will say is that if you are going to do shop, we're already in July. So today is the first day of Prime. We know what Prime is. And TikTok Shop has Deals for You days. That was their kind of counter promotional program to Prime. And so right now, we are now kicking into gear, high gear, when it comes to making sure that there's a lot more content, a lot more lives that are being done, so that if you are going to make a go at making money at this TikTok Shop thing, that you have a lot of out there for the holidays. So you're ramping up for the holidays. So we're now moving towards this next phase. And so if you are going to get involved and jump into the swimming pool, this is the time to do it. Otherwise, I would almost tell you just be able to come in whenever you're ready, but don't have the high expectations that you're going to make a lot of money and all the things, because there are definitely people who are already in full swing. And so just know that that's part of it too. So that's why when we're talking back in May, June, and now we're in July, it was very much about, okay, get in soon so you can understand the mechanics of all this. Speaking of panels, why must the live host let people down in a live? What do guests lose if they let themselves down? Let me answer. Here's what I heard. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think you don't get the rewards if you leave versus the live host lets you down. So when you're in a box, there's coins in the corner. I think that's true, but I haven't read that anywhere. So I would love to see that in black and white. But I believe that's the case. Like it's part of you. Oh, 44. Look at you, friend. I just said I hadn't seen over 42. Marshall, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for coming in. So yeah, so I think that's what happens. Like it's almost like you said, I quit. Versus like, oh, see you later, goodbye. I think that's what the reason is, but I don't want to say that and be 100% confident. So I might be wrong. Hello, Marshall. See, you just came back for everybody to see the 44. Thank you so much, friend. How do you choose the products to promote? Queen Fitness, how do you choose the products to promote? I mean, you might have a niche that you want to stay within. Like if you are fashion, beauty, health and wellness supplements, electronics. It just depends on what you think is a better fit for you. So some of that is at play. Some of it may be, the samples that you get. So I think I'm in a weird space right now because I'm doing a little bit of health and beauty right now. I shouldn't say a little bit, I'm doing a lot of bit of it, but I started off as electronics. I think I want to swing back to electronics, but we'll see. So that's kind of my thought about it. But I was open to just about anything for the most part, just to see what sticked. And I think electronics stick for me better than the other stuff. But we'll see. Thank you so much for joining. When do you normally know if the seller approved your video content? What do you mean in terms of them putting ad dollars behind it? I think you get instant message from them if they put ad dollars behind it. But you're just saying in general if they approve your message. Almost at 60K. Thank you so much, Kim. Appreciate you, friend. Yes. Give Prime stuff to promote, right? Yeah, you could. You could do that. Is that what you're saying, Yuji? Yeah, that could be a strategy. If you get some stuff pretty quickly and you want to promote that way, yeah, you absolutely could. And put in your TikTok shop. Make sure it's the same exact product. Yeah, you absolutely could do that. Yep. Sales, yep. Pal, you say yes. Yes, Pals, what was the yes to? Thank you. You're welcome, Fran. What am I thinking? Did I answer your questions? Is that what you're thinking me for? Let's tap it out. Appreciate you, friends. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Um, let's see. I want more vitamins since I am a nurse. Well, usually come to my page because I have the supplements, friend. But no, if you're talking about from a TikTok shop perspective, let me say, it was you said yes, Doc. It was it was some of the products, like for example, no, what came from okay, this one, these two, the probiotics. The probiotics and digestive enzyme, I did get that from Amazon. I got it from Amazon first because I was taking them, and then I ended up putting it in my TikTok shop because it was also on TikTok shop. So that's a good example of something. But I think everything else over there came from TikTok shop. Now that I think about it, that might have been the only one that didn't come from TikTok shop. We finished my question because I ran out of characters. Did I really? How y'all doing? Okay, cool. So just know, I mean, if I heard you correctly, you're like, oh, getting things from Amazon doing Prime, and then being able to promote them in your TikTok shop. Absolutely, you could do that if it's available. Everything else that I have over here were shop products, stuff that I had gotten myself or my husband. My husband told me to put a couple things in my shop, and then uh, two, three things came from samples. Now that I see that, I'm looking, oh, like, okay. There's some samples that came from over there too. So Goldie was a sample, and Amato Pure was a sample. That's the video I'm trying to put out there right now. And then the Supercom was a sample. Yeah. So those were approved sample. Goldie was approved, Supercom was approved, Metaproof was live leaching. So yeah, so just know that that's part of it too. How you doing, Katie? Appreciate you being here, friend. So yeah, that's part of it. Whose question did I answer? Kim. You asked about the business account. You asked about the business account. Let me go back to that question. Because you were saying why is the business account there? Hold on one second. Let's see. I was trying to make sure I redid my goal. I don't think I did though. It's telling me to set another one. For a product you want to promote. What does that mean for a product you want to promote? What was that question relating to? I might have missed the beginning of it. The okay. I don't know if that's the right one though, but we'll see. It didn't go through. That's okay. TikTok doesn't want me to do it. Oh, maybe it does. I don't know. Is that the right one? I'm trying to do my gift gallery. Okay, yeah, I think so. How do you put the link for a product you want to promote? For TikTok Shop. Here, let me show it to you. All right, I'm gonna end my